Hello everyone, and today we're going to discuss why Drew McIntyre is the most successful pro wrestler today and what are my reasons toward that during the pandemic era and so on and so forth. So, here we go in this video. Again, this is an opinionated video. You can think of another pro wrestler who is more far successful during this pandemic era. So thank you and have a good day. Since 2020, we saw a lot of pro wrestling companies with a lot of pro wrestler and the planet. While we have different opinions about different people. And yeah, this is only my opinion because I mostly watch WWE as of now, and for other companies, we don't have that platform, I think, for those companies. And for my opinion in this video, I hope you all vocal out if I'm over exaggerating or I'm completely biased or something like that. But yeah, in this video, we're going to tackle how he actually helped himself to be the current main event superstar in the main event caliber that he's actually now. For first, we're going to discuss, the pre-pandemic season and what did he achieve during those times. For an instance, in 2020, he started a year though he is in a triple threat feud between him, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles, which the feud Drew McIntyre was just inserted in that feud. And yeah, there are also glimpses there of making him a babyface superstar. And yeah, people are actually thinking him as a potential Royal Rumble winner, which he won the Royal Rumble match in 2020. He defeated 29 other superstars, and the highlight of that match, he defeated those superstars and eliminated the champion Brock Lesnar, who come in the Royal Rumble and actually eliminated and tied Braun Strowman's elimination, I think. So yeah. And also in this Royal Rumble match itself, Drew McIntyre himself, he also dominated the said match. He eliminated a lot of superstars, so on and so forth. So what happened after, Drew actually won the Rumble? He went into feud with MVP, I think by this time, because they're having interactions in television. And also he's put into a lot of matches which he was actually booked strong in that point of time, while also considering that he's fighting a beast. This beast actually defeated The Undertaker, and he's been feuding with Roman Reigns and most of his time for the Universal Championship, and now Brock Lesnar during that time is the WWE Champion. So the match at WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre defeated Brock Lesnar. Easily he squashed him, which him and Goldberg are, I think, the two only guys who did that to Brock Lesnar during his Beast persona, during this dominating persona. So yeah, and not his 2002 to 2004 self. We've seen Brock Lesnar actually sell for Drew McIntyre in that match, and yeah, he was booked strong. What happens after? He was booked into matches with Bobby Lashley, with Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, all main event superstars. Well, for Dolph Ziggler, well, it's a career resurgence for the time, but unfortunately for him, even though he has all the advantages, well, he was still defeated by McIntyre himself. While he got all the stipulations pro on him, like he can use weapons, but yeah, Drew McIntyre was well built that strong in that match, and he defeated Dolph Ziggler despite all of the disadvantages. And for Bobby Lashley, well, during that time it was the start of the new stable of the Hurt business. His well, that time, well, his partnership with MVP, though they are still partners by this point. MVP helping Bobby Lashley and that storyline with Lana and making this new Bobby Lashley the dominant similar to his first run, which well he actually dominated Drew McIntyre during the build-up. And for the match, well, they had this solid match within each other. And yeah, after that, well, he has this match with Goldberg later on in 2021, which he defeated the legend himself, which well Goldberg gets a random title match. And for Seth Rollins, well, it was during the time that he is actually well he's going to the Messiah gimmick. Well, during the time he debuted the Messiah gimmick on their match, but Drew McIntyre defeated Seth Rollins in that match, considering that that is the guy who WWE has been pushing since 2016 or I mean 2014 after the Shield broke up. After that, while he feuded with Randy Orton, the guy was actually now a 14-time world champion. While during most of their rivalries, while Orton during that time also, he punted legends. And yeah, Drew McIntyre defeated him with a roll up on their first match, which well, yeah, it happens. And I think on their second match, which Orton defeated him at Hell in a Cell. Though correct me guys if I'm wrong. And then in the third match, well, McIntyre regains his title, becoming a two-time WWE champion. Which well, this guy actually is successful, considering that you are a two-time WWE champion at that time. Well, for Randy Orton, he got his 14th world title. So yeah, and the title run is short because well he focused on the Fiend after, and they had this tournament with Randy Orton and the Fiend. So his next challenger was AJ Styles. Well, Styles, well, they had this feud, and then well they're starting to have Miz somehow involved in their rivalry while they have segments on Raw. But unfortunately for that match, well, Drew McIntyre retains and Miz cashes in. Well, he didn't technically cashes in because Morrison was the one who actually cashes in for the Miz, which later on will bite McIntyre. And yeah, his last challenger, I think, by the time before the Elimination Chamber match, while he has Goldberg, which he actually defeated the legend in the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So after that, well, they have been teasing a partnership between Sheamus and McIntyre, which well, it led to a feud with the two, which actually most of the former WWE champions are involved in the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Champions such as Kofi Kingston, we have AJ Styles, we have Sheamus, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, and the champ himself, Drew McIntyre, which well he lasted and defeated all of them. But what happened next is the thing that actually, well, it's a throwback from 10 years ago, and that is, well, Miz cashing in. Well, actually had the video about Mrs. career resurgence, which I actually talk about his Money in the Bank while cashing in the contract. But on the contrary, our focus of this video is Drew McIntyre. And yeah, there are also speculations about in the fan community, in the internet wrestling community by themselves, that probably Drew McIntyre is going to regain his title at WrestleMania by defeating either Bobby Lashley or The Miz. Or probably they'll have Lashley win the title before WrestleMania. Some fans speculated it, which, well, I hope it happens either after WrestleMania, which Bobby Lashley can be the WWE Champion, or during WrestleMania during a triple threat match between Drew, Miz, and Bobby Lashley. Well, so that we can actually enjoy Miz's title run. Though people thinks that he is actually a transitional champion for now, which, well, Drew McIntyre actually sold those beatings after the chamber by actually being absent on the latest episode of Monday Night Raw. And for his successful, he is the one of most successful pro wrestler during the pandemic era, during the Thunderdome era, considering that you won the WWE Championship twice and you're actually booked strongly compared to your previous run in 2009 up to 2012, I think, or 2014. So yeah, it's a huge advantage for Drew McIntyre himself. So that's for the video today. I hope you all like it. Like, comment down below, subscribe. Thank you. And again, this is Mikeratto and peace.